Hi guys, so we're going to make another square on a butterfly loom, but this time we're doing a different wrapping. If you haven't seen it, there is a video that shows you how to do the ladder wrap stitch already out, but this time we're going to do a spiral, which you see starts here and goes all the way around. We actually start that way and go all the way around. Now on the front, these two look the same, so you may wonder why we do two different ones, why do the spiral. The spiral helps to create the daisy in the front, so in order to create this daisy you need to do this spiral one, and on the bigger loom that spiral will help you create multiple daisies, and there will be a video showing how to do that one on the bigger loom. This is the bigger loom, so that video will be coming, but for now we're going to show you how to do this spiral, and then there will be a video showing you how to do the daisy in it as well, so check back for that. They'll all be linked down below and in the playlist. So what you need is your butterfly loom, obviously. This one is the medium. You need your yarn needle and a pair of scissors, and you need some yarn, so not too much. Now this is just hand spun chunky yarn that I've done, so it's a thick and thin one. You can use any yarn you like. This is a hand spun alpaca, which is quite fine, as you can see, whereas this one's chunky, so it's less wraps. So it depends on how thick your yarn is, how many times you're going to wrap it, but I'm doing chunky so we can only wrap it 4 times to make this quicker. So if you haven't seen the other video, what we're going to do is we're just going to move out of the way and pop that on there so that it's secure, so it just means it's not going to go anywhere. And then I'm going to put this down on the floor because it moves easier when it's got some gravity to it. And just like the previous video, we're just going to wrap these up and down going straight. I'm not going to do this bit too slow because there's already a video showing you how to do the wrapping, and there will be soon a shorter video showing you how to do the wrapping, which I will take from the previous video, so if you want to just look at the wrapping and not watch the whole other video, you can again, to break it up to make it easier for you. So we're just going to wrap this so that we've got a total of 4 strands, just like we did with the last one. So nice and simple. I will link up above there on the card the wrapping video, the shorter version, so you can watch that if you need to have a slower version done on this, but it is really simple, just going up and down and turning until you've got 4 strands on the back. How many we got? So we've got 2, so I'm going to double what we've done. This is quite chunky, so you probably could get away with just doing 3 wraps on this because it is quite chunky in places. But I think I might be lucky and get 4. Let's finish the 3rd and have a look, see. So now we've got 3 around. And I think we're going to stop at the 3 because this yarn is slightly more chunky than my previous one, and it's filling up, so I think we're just going to stop there. So as showed in the previous one, we want to do 5 times around. This is just how I do it. It doesn't have to be this way. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't have to be exact. This is just a rough guide so that we know we've got enough to do it, and then just take that off. It's just easier than measuring if we just go around 5 times. One more, looking at that. There we go. I may have done 6 times there, I'm not sure, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm going to gently release that, and we're going to bring that round to tie it. Make sure that's around there. tie that down. You can tie it at the back if you like, but I'm trying to manoeuvre the knots so they get hid in there. I think it just makes it easier for hiding the knots in the end. So like that. Okay, so grab your yarn needle. As I said, if you need to see the wrapping more slowly, watch the wrapping video that I will have linked for you. But I'm going to pull this through a bit so that there's not too much that we have to pull through each time. Ooh. There we go. So, for the spiral, we're going to start up in this top corner. And we're going to work our way down, all the way along, all the way up, and then almost the whole way. And then again, we just go one length each time. So it's pretty simple. So, if you can't remember, we are just going to go in through this square, scraping across the bottom so that you make sure you get all of that yarn, and up through here. Hold that down out of the way and we can catch it and weave in the end as we go. And don't forget to go through your loop. Now, at first, because you've got a really long strand, it might be a little fiddly, but just keep going and you get there. Make sure you give that a really good tug. And then hold it to the side, going from here and across. And by holding it to the side and going around that way, we're actually automatically going through that loop. Which means we don't have to make sure we go through it, which just makes it a little quicker. And again, give it a good pull, hold it down. What I've done is I've gone down and then I've just looped it around there, because then you're going to actually be going through that loop again already. So down through, and then I'm already through the loop. Just hold that end there so that it gets worked in there. Make sure you give it a good pull. And going across. So this is the same tying method as we did for the ladder stitch. We're just going to follow the route round, slightly different. So there's not much change. So again, I will have sections of the original tying method slowed down for you to see in a short video, so that if you need to re-see what you're doing, you can. But the process for tying all of the different ways is the exact same way. We always do the same tying knots around, it's just how we go around it that changes. So if I keep moving my thing, it likes to slide around. I did put a cloth on it this time so that it wouldn't slide quite so much, but as you can see, that hasn't worked. Now, the place you buy these butterfly looms is linked in the description, and it is also up here somewhere, up there. I always get confused which direction because my camera's the opposite way. But anyway, it is linked and it's butterflyloom.co.uk. So go there and check out all the different sizes, and they also do have a whole bunch of projects linked for you and written instructions on how to do these as well. But they very kindly gave me permission to create these videos. I actually have a couple of project videos that I'm going to be doing, so they're little dicky video instruction patterns. I will have a video for, and I'm going to make one of their bags and have a video for that as well. And then I also have some patterns that I've come up with to do as well. Really simple basic things for you to start with, and then we'll get more complicated as the time goes on, because I have a whole bunch of videos planned. It will take a little while to get them all out, but we will get there. Okay, so did I just do that way? I did. Okay, so we've done down here, so now we're going to go all the way across there. So what I do is I just tend to turn my thing so that I'm just working down that way. It's easier than trying to work across if I just work in the same position down each time. So we're on this one because we've done that one when we did it just now, so we'll just go across to this one. I'm just going to repeat this process so we can speed this up, because you don't need to watch me do the same thing over and over again. So I'll meet you back when we get down to here again for turning. Okay, so we've got to the end there. So again, we're going to work across here because we've now done down there, and we're going to work up here. But again, I'm going to turn so that we're working down in one place again. Okay, so we are at the end again, so ready to turn again. I just need to move my needle down my thread a little to shorten this tail, as it's now getting caught in the tied up process. Just put it down a bunch. Okay, so we've now done down there, across there and up there. So we're now doing this point here where we're going to stop before we get into that one. Okay, so I'm going to turn again. You can see this knot is already done, so we're only going to work to this one here. Okay, so this is the last one on this straight line, because obviously the first one we did is here, so this is where we finish off on this one. And now we're going to work across there. As you can see, we're now going to go down this point here. So at the moment we're in this position. So we've done that all across there, we've worked down here, and we're now going to do across there. So because that's the first one we've done, we're working in the next row in. And again, we will stop one before we get to the end. So I'm going to turn it to go down there. You don't have to turn it if you want, and you can just work around, but I find turning it just makes it easier because you're always tied in the same direction then. So this is the last one on this one, remember, because we're one in, because we've already done that outside row. So we just do that one, and each row will get quicker because we'll be doing one less stitch each time. So we're there, which is, so we've gone down here, we've gone all the way around, and we've just come down to this point here now. This is where we are. So we're stopping there, and we're going to work across those, which you can see we've only got the 4 to do because we've already done those ones, so we're just moving along there. Again, I'm going to turn, but you can just work the opposite way if you like. Last one here again. And I'm going to turn, and we're just going to work down here. See, it gets much quicker as we go along because we're going to move in on them all. The last one again. I'm going to have to move my yarn along. And we turn again. So now we've already got 2 done. We are at this point. Let's get it the right way round for you. So we're doing here, we've already got these 2 done, so we're here at this point, and we're going to go down just those ones before moving across. So already done, so we're just going to turn, and we're just finishing off this square in here now. So really nice and quick. There we go, that is every single one done. So we've gone all the way around, and we're now at this point here. So we're just going to weave in the ends, and then that'll be done. So this end here, as you can see, the end has already disappeared because we worked with it going down. It's down here. This is where we are. And so all we need to do is just snip off that little loose bit. Okay, so that end is done all the way down there. And then you just weave in this end like you do. I won't show you on camera. It's pretty basic, the weaving in. You just go through. I've shown you that previously, and there'll be a short for that as well. But it will result in this full spiral, which, as I said, from the front looks exactly the same as the ladder. It is purely easier to create the daisies if you work in a spiral. So check back for the daisy tutorial, and all the future tutorials. We will have the woven one coming, which is this one. So we still have how to do the woven one to come, and then some actual projects. There will also be joining videos. One's already out, and there'll be another one out next week. So I'll see you all soon. Bye!